Like it's hard because it's a hard topic also because it's illegal, so nobody should do like illegal drugs, but like people are gonna do drugs.
I
You
don't
know?
say that.
Yeah. Huh?
Can't really say that.
Say
'Cause it's
what?
legal. Certain drugs are legal in certain.
Wait. Closer.
Certain drugs are legal in certain places.
Yeah, I know. So okay, so the thing is, you can't force people to not to do drugs. They're gonna do what they're gonna do.
You want to do drugs? That's
Everybody
on
got
you.
the rights to do what they're gonna do. But the thing is, like, how do we control this
Control
fentanyl,
fentanyl?
where it's like lacing cocaine, it's lacing a whole bunch of drugs, and also there was two
Shit, in places where weed, in certain states where weed is still illegal, they found traces of fentanyl in weed. That's why I'm glad I go to places where I can't get fentanyl laced weed. But yeah,
right. So I don't even know where to begin with this topic, just because it's like, how the fuck do we manage this? Like, how do I mean, we get people
before we get
people
there
need to start testing things.
Before we get there, let's talk about the comedian that died.
Oh, okay, yes. There was a comedian and also his friend, right?
Yeah, it said comedian Fuquan Johnson and two others dead after overdose on fentanyl laced coke.
Right.
So they was found in Venice Beach Friday
Of
evening,
course it's
Friday
Venice
night.
Beach. Of course it's
Yeah, that's what I said. It will
Bro,
be Venice
ain't it-
Beach.
look.
First off, let me not be an asshole. Rest in peace to the people that died. But
Second of all, don't go to Venice Beach.
yes.
If anybody's listening to this and you're a fucking tourist and you're not from California, do not go to Venice Beach.
Santa Monica's right there.
Don't even go to Santa Monica.
Manhattan Beach is right there.
There you go. Go to Hermosa. Go to Manhattan.
Redondo.
Go to
Or take your ass to
Whatever.
OC.
Go to Laguna.
Yeah. Don't
Correct.
go to Venice Beach.
Don't
You
go to
just-
Venice Beach.
But
Don't
yeah.
go to
so-
downtown either.
Yeah,
Don't go
that
to
too.
downtown.
But so yeah, they was it didn't really say like go into detail. It says that a batch of fentanyl laced cocaine killed comedian and two others and left the ex-girlfriend of Darius Rucker. Damn, that's tough.
Oh, wow.
Darius Rucker doing good.
Jesus
Left the
Christ.
ex-girlfriend of him in a Los Angeles hospital. Fuquan Johnson, a writer for Comedy Parlor Live, died after overdosing at a Venice home Friday night. Two other victims were pronounced dead at the scene as well. Jesus Christ.
Are you thinking people who are lacing this shit like knows like what they're fucking doing and are like trying to like kill people, or are they just trying to?
Nah,
It's just a way to create drugs that are cheaper.
it's not even that. It's more of a sense of spreading the drugs. So you have to think about it. The drug dealers who are lacing their shit with fentanyl, this usually isn't like the top dudes. This isn't the distributor that you're going to this isn't the distributor that you're going to get your drugs from, like in Mexico or
Yeah,
Colombia,
like the
like
big dogs.
when you're getting the big like kilos and shit.
Right.
This is when the dudes bring the kilos back to California or
And then they
whatever,
tryna, like,
and they give it
fucking-
to the small time drug dealers, and then these dudes,
Trying to make more.
yeah,
for
mixing their coke with baking soda or fentanyl or sugar or salt or whatever it may be, just to cut it and spread it,
Right.
so it'll be more. Because I mean, if you mix coke in with any of that shit, you're still gonna get the high of the coke, but the other
Right.
shit is gonna
Right.
just be there too.
But the key thing is fentanyl mixed with anything is death.
Well, because the thing with
I mean,
fentanyl,
fentanyl by itself kills.
yeah. So fentanyl is it's a synthetic painkiller, 100 times more potent than heroin. It was a factor in Prince's death, Tom Petty, Mac Miller. We all know that. So pretty much what fentanyl is, because they use it. So when my girl was going into labor, they gave her the epidural shot. So in the epidural shot, the one that they put in women's backs when they're going into labor, there's fentanyl in it. It's like 0.0001, but it's a painkiller. It's like morphine. It's stronger than morphine. It's just supposed to numb your pain so you don't feel shit.
Oh, I fucking refuse morphine.
But the thing is,
I refused it.
with fentanyl, all it takes is like 0.0001 to kill someone.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't take a lot. It could be like this little crumb right here on the
Yeah.
table.
So these motherfuckers are mixing and lacing it. Doesn't know the doses and the amount that are fucking putting in people's shit, and it's just like people are dropping left, right, like from fentanyl. And I think like who do we put the blames on? Is it the people who are producing it and are spreading it, or is it the people who are small drug dealers who are like mixing it and selling it? Because I can really see the blame going for like.
I would say neither.
Neither. Wow.
Government.
Okay. How so? I mean,
you want me to break it down for you?
No, they're a factor too. No, they're definitely.
No, they are the factor. I could give a shit about this little fucking small time drug dealer in Hawthorne fucking lacing his coke with fentanyl, because if I did coke and I know that you lacing your shit with fentanyl, I'm not gonna buy from you. I would trust my drug dealer. And I know people say that you can't trust. You shouldn't say that because you never know your drug dealer will fuck you over. No, if I have a plug, I'm gonna trust him that he's not gonna lace my drugs.
Right.
We wouldn't be in this situation when it comes on the war on drugs if the government would just regulate it. You make this stuff legal, so you make this stuff illegal, so it makes it harder to get. Two, it makes the quantity, it makes it harder to get, it makes the demand go up, so that affects the quantity and it affects the quality. These drug dealers, especially now, there's such a high demand for coke. There's a high demand for lean, heroin, meth, all of these harder drugs now, especially like pills and stuff.
Right.
That these drug dealers, these higher producers, they can't really produce as much to keep up with the demand. So, let me take that back. Not the high up people. The lower people, the small time drug dealers can't produce to keep up with the demand. So, yes, they got, I'm not saying, they're a factor too. You should try to not step on your drugs and keep them clean, but they just trying to make money. Drug dealers don't want to deal drugs. Most drug dealers are in situations like small time ones that don't make money, that be doing this. They're in situations to where they have to do this to make money.
But the government does a horrible job of pick and choose what is legal and what is not legal.
Yes, because weed was illegal for so long. It was on the same level as coke and all these drugs, and it took now for the government to realize that it doesn't even affect you nowhere near those.
But also things like Xanax, all the opioids, they're legal, and motherfucking can just prescribe them like it's no tomorrow. The government are making.
They choose what they and you notice if you.
I don't want to say they're making money off of it, but
they are making money.
Because they are allowing all the pharmaceutical company banking off of this.
Yes,
shit.
This is the same thing with them bringing crack in the 80s. They're making money off of these drugs. You think they're gonna just?
Oh yeah, because they turn a blind eye to all of this.
Yes.
Yo, we can literally, if they really want to know what goes in and out of this country, every little thing they can detect.
Exactly.
But they're just like, oh, we're not going to try.
Yeah,
we're going to let it play out.
And it's frustrating because I want to use Oregon, for example. So in Oregon, if I'm correct, meth and cocaine and heroin is legal now.
Yeah.
So you can take it. I don't think and you know why they did that? For this reason right here. Because when drugs are illegal, it's hard to get to. So then drug dealers, in order to make money, in order to make a quick buck, these small drug dealers that are living check to check just like me and you, they got to cut it. You legalize
without
it.
Prescriptions, without instructions, without the knowledge behind it, and without quality drugs.
Mm-hmm. So you got to think about it. When coke is legal, you don't really see people just buy like... Yeah, you probably do see people buy just like a gram of coke because coke is like powder, so it'll last longer. But like for most time, people buy like the 8 balls. So what is that, like 3.5 grams or whatever? Like people buy like big amounts of coke.
I don't know.
Like you don't know drugs no more. Every time this man gets on the mic. Anyways, people buy big they don't just buy grams.
Yeah, they buy a lot. Yeah,
So people buy drugs in quantity, big quantities. So if it's illegal and the demand is high and everybody's buying in big quantity, and you need to make sure that you can, you got the people who have money to afford these drugs that are coming in buying 4 or 5 8 balls, but then you also have your junkie clients, your regulars that come every day that buy like a gram or just spend like $10 for a hit or whatever.
Right.
It affects you because you have to be able to support those clients and your other clients. So at some point you have to try to spread your product, especially if you already don't have a lot or have enough money to buy more as it is. You have to try to spread it.
Right.
Whereas if it was legal, there wouldn't be drug dealers. First off, if there was legal, there probably wouldn't be drug dealers. You probably just go in the store and buy a bump of coke and get on with your life.
Right. And then you can tax that shit, motherfuckers. You can tax the fuck out of that shit.
And going to your other question, the reason I blame the government, because if these drugs were legal, it would be more
regulated.
It would be more regulated. Not only would it be regulated, which means there would be less chances of stuff like this happening.
Right.
There would be more supplies like testing materials and stuff. So even if it's still being laced. There's more materials and stuff to go around to where people can test their drugs and make sure there's nothing in there that's gonna kill them.
And then you would need a physicians in order to prescribe you certain things. And then now it comes to the other.
If coke and all that shit was legal, I don't think they would.
Yeah.
I think they would treat it like weed. Like, yeah, it'd be
anyways,
recreationally.
Yes, but also like same thing with like opioids. Like it was legal. It still is legal. But the thing is, like, people can just get like maximum of fucking doses. And they're just prescribing them like it's hotcakes, like it's fucking Cheetos.
I see people.
You can't prescribe drugs like it's hot Cheetos to people. Like that's how you create a bunch of druggies.
No, and
like,
that's why.
And also like the government and like all the pharma are just fucking prescribing hard drugs for the smallest thing.
And here's the thing.
You can just have like small pain, and they're gonna give you morphine. They're gonna give you like Xanax, and they're gonna give.
I forget that.
Like, bro, chill the fuck out.
You don't even have to go that deep. Let's keep it shallow. Black people that do like hard drugs. First thing we do is go to the doctor, say we got a sore throat. Guess what we walk out with? Some codeine, some purple, some lean.
Y'all gonna
people. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
Mix that and put it in a cup.
That's also
and drink it like it's cool.
It's bad because that's an opioid too, so that's where it's the government's fault too. Because it's not just black people, but I know black people do it the most. But I go on Instagram right now and see a story of somebody I know who probably just went to the doctor and got a prescription of lean. They probably didn't even have a sore throat. They probably just went in and fake coughed.
Oh, we know a lot.
Like
we know a lot.
It's bad how easy it is.
But
to
also,
get certain
but also,
drugs.
But also, like, let's not put the blame. Let's not take the blames away from the person who can't control themselves either, though. There's
well, drug addiction is a whole different topic.
I know, but also
good
like,
or bad, yes.
Good or bad. But like, let's because it's also the person's fault who consistently go back to the office and try to get more drugs and more drugs and more drugs out of the hospital. That's but then the government's fault is that they're allowing these companies who are making drugs that are super fucking addictive with stuff in it to purposely make things addictive.
Mm-hmm.
And then not regulate it. I don't know. It's hard. Because we know people who are drugs addict, and it ruins their life. And also, like, it's one of those things where you kind of like, if you're the drug addict, and then for the person who are like kind of like if you're related or your loved ones who are surrounded, like it just almost feel hopeless on either side. Like there's just a hopeless feeling that's like it's hard because you don't, as an outsider, you can't fix that issue. Like they have to fix that issue.
No, it has to be like an internally fixed issue.
But then for them, it's fucking hard to fix that issue because the drugs and the shit that's in the drug, it's so fucking. I don't know, man.
See that and.